Hey everyone, it's Will, Gamer Dad, with another video for you. So I decided to split up the Guildness quest from the actual boss fight because I know a lot of you want to see the strategy as to how to defeat this particular boss. So first of all, don't use an Earth team right off the bat and establish Earth Zone. Watch its first move. It's an Earth magical AoE. Note that I am using an all fire team with Fire Zone. And the reason why is, first of all, we have an int debuffer dedicated in the fact that we're using Vigilant Lance with the Crimson Bolt personal weapon, Manifest, and we have Aurora Force with the heal as well. So we can really protect ourselves from the first turn. Now the second turn here is going to be, again, a physical Earth AoE. So it does a significant amount of damage, but let's be honest, when you VC in Xion, that does really decrease power by 20%, and because I have his VC Grasta on it, it lasts for 2 turns. Now, the amount of life on this particular form of Vares isn't very high. However, the fact that it does a significant amount of damage if you don't do int debuffs and in turn 2 power debuffs makes it a bit of a challenge. So make sure whatever team you decide to go with, if you can 2-turn AF, that'd be great. Make sure you have a dedicated VC power down and int down. So, if you have Yuna or any other characters that can do both, you really need it. Also, note that after that, when you kill the boss the very first time, it's got a regen here at about 30%. So make sure your team can handle the rest of the damage. The third turn, and I did this off camera because I died, is a single target physical and increases physical resistance to slash resistance to itself. So if you don't end it there, your team could get one-shotted by one character at least. So I know you have 6 characters, but let's be honest, we don't want to lose any characters to a boss fight. And I'll show you why. So, right now, we have challenged the highest form of Vares, and unfortunately, it looks like we did a critical hit on him. So, when good friends fight, unfortunately, bad things happen. Now, hopefully you catch the storyline video, which I'll put up after this. It'll have the rest of the, Guildness personal quest. And so, if you want to catch that one, you can. Otherwise, if you just are here for the boss strategy, that's fine as well. Also, if you haven't already, make sure you like and subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. I also do have a Patreon account for those who want to support me this way. So, if you've been watching the quest, you'll notice that there has been a voice speaking in Gilda's mind to lead him to the Beast King castle in present day, and kind of telling him to reclaim his throne and, I guess, either attack the humans or destroy the humans. Remember that in the future, in Engal settlement, the beast race is only a small shadow of itself. And so I guess all those shadows and negative thoughts have culminated into this shadow demon sort, and I guess it's trying to corrupt Gilda in his present form. Remember that when he was in his original form, he was trying to kill all the humans. So I guess we're trying to prevent Gilda from falling down that road again. Note that this is a boss battle is back to back. So if you lose any characters on the first round, keep in mind that they will be regenerated to 1 HP. So this particular boss, after some experimentation, is primarily magical attacks. So again, Vigilant Lance with the int debuff and mini Aurora Force is great in this situation. Also, with duplication of Aurora Force itself, we really are minimizing the damage of the wind attacks to only a few hundred damage times 2. You can also now heal with Pure Cradle, and you can see that it's not only wind, it's got 4 element attacks, so be aware of that as well. Elemental zones may increase the damage taken by your team, especially since the boss will rotate through elements as the battle goes on. Now, just if you're curious, apparently if you do fight the original Vares in a longer battle, it will also rotate through 4 elements. So not sure if that's true because I really want to end it early. When I was off camera, I used Earth Zone with my Umpha, and I died on turn 1. So not the best. So hopefully you learn from my mistakes and see what works for you. Now you can see turn 3 is a poison attack that can also apply status, in this case sleep, to your team. Remember that all these poison and elements are affected by int as well. So the 35% int down from Vigilant Lance really protects your team. Also, Seti does have a VC that also does int down. And if you really need it in a pinch, you can use Mariel's VC, which gives you a 35% type shield as well. You can see the 4th turn is just a status removal there. Unfortunately, Mariel is still down for the count, but we do have the int lasting for one last turn. You can see it's flashing right there, and we're in trouble of it going away. That being said, we do have Fire Zone active, so our bar is building much more quickly, being that we can use all fire attacks and hopefully, build it up so we can kill this boss very, very easily. Luckily, we did land Vigilant Lance again, so the Earth attacks is not going to do significant amounts of damage to us. As the battle goes on, being that the first boss battle actually did a MP depletion attack for the first attack, you're really going to have some challenges to maintain your MP levels through this fight. So you really want to rotate your characters to the back, like in my case, to at least regenerate 1 or 2 turns and make use of their VCs. Again, this particular boss is primarily a magic type user, so use any VCs that reduce int, speed, or increase type resistance for yourself. Now, I didn't know this until I started battling this, until, again, with this video, hopefully you learn from me. He's got a 50% HP stopper for this particular second half of the fight. And the annoying part is that if you die on this one, which I did, you'll have to do both fights back to back again. So you don't get to restart halfway through. So you either take down both or you take down none at all. So that being said, with Fire Zone, we do have AS Renri. She does a tremendous amount of damage. And with physical resistance down, we have some, we're going to be applying slash resistance down, which you can see. We had the orbs there, which we can remove with X Burning, which will explode. And remember that guaranteed crits with X Burning in conjunction with Blazing Dance with the AS Renri rarely does a significant amount of damage. We also have Sukiya here, bringing up the rear, and of course, Spreading Inferno 5. Being that this enemy does do all magic attacks, magical attacks are actually resisted by the enemy, and so AS Gary won't do nearly as much damage as it usually does. But, that being said, the battle's won. That was a lot tougher than I thought initially. Nice!
Stop flexing, Dad!
Well, again, sometimes you have to flex. This one was actually quite a lot of fun. Not only did we have to fight 2 bosses back to back, which actually, one thing I really like about this game is that it really presents a decent amount of challenge, and it actually forces you to not only use, novel strategies, it actually does have to vary up your team. Like, for example, instead of just using the 2-turn AF, there's either HP stoppers or in some cases, HP regeneration. In other cases, using zones will actually increase your damage, and so you really have to, play against the strengths of the enemy, and, do a lot of buffs and debuffs. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.